Ciao tutti, buongiorno. Are you ready to cook like an Italian? I sure hope so. I'm Chef Jan Diatri, and I want to guide you to Tuscany because we are going to make a classic peasant dish right from Tuscany. These are called Gnudi. They look a lot like gnocchi, but they are naked. So gnocchi are made generally with potatoes, and they're rolled up into a sort of an oblong ball, and then they're rolled out on either a gnocchi board or a fork. Gnudi are not potato based like the gnocchi are. They're based in ricotta cheese, so they're going to be really, really delicate. And for today, we're using ricotta and some spinach. These are spinach ricotta gnudi, and we're going to finish them in a beautiful butter sauce. So let's start with the gnudi. They're actually naked ravioli is what they're called because they have all the filling, all the ingredients for a filling in the ravioli, but there's no pasta on the outside. Okay, so it starts with some whole milk ricotta. And as I've mentioned to you many, many, many times, make sure that you're always using whole milk ricotta and that it's fresh. And when you open up the container, you want that texture to be a smooth surface. It should look like cream. If it starts looking curdled, then they've frozen the ricotta and it's not going to be good. So just make sure you always have whole milk ricotta and that it's nice and fresh. Now I'm going to add some fresh grated Parmigiano. You really want a good cheese. You know, in Italian cooking, there's very few ingredients, so make them good. And a good Parmigiano is so easy to find. Now we're going to add some eggs, and we're going to do 4 egg yolks, and that's going to act as a binder because there's no flour there, remember, and then 2 whole eggs. We're going to save the flour because I'm going to roll the gnudi in those. We've got some fresh grated nutmeg, and I really do recommend using the nutmeg nut because it's fresh, it's delicious, it tastes so much better than just ground nutmeg that you buy in the store, but your choice. A little bit of pepper and a little bit of nice pink Himalayan salt is what I'm using today, which I really love. Okay, now I'm just going to mix all this together. I grew up in an Italian family, and there was a civil war going on between the North and the South. I'm not even kidding you. Mama was from Venice, Dad from Sicily, and never the twain shall meet. Well, they got married, but they always made each other aware that my mom would say, your father is not Italian, he's Sicilian. And my father would say, your mom is so stuck up because she's from the north of Italy. So I literally was in the middle of it my whole life. So this is right in the heart of Italy, right in the middle. So neither one of them can get angry at me at this point. I love gnudi. They're going to be a little bit less structure than a gnocchi because the gnocchi are potato based with a little bit of flour. Okay, I'm going to keep mixing these up. Now, there's a couple of ways that we can roll these, but I'm just going to use my hands. I'm going to take the flour, I'm going to put it in a little bit bigger bowl. Okay, that looks great. Oh my goodness, such great ingredients. Okay. We're just going to take a little handful. I'm going to roll that up into a ball. The actual traditional gnudi are sort of a flat disc. Put that in there, roll that up. I'm going to set that right on here. Now, because it's so delicate, you want more of a simmer, not a really big rolling boil. Because they're so delicate, they're going to fall apart if you do that. The other thing that you could do is make your gnudi, put them in the freezer or put them in the refrigerator for about an hour just so that they get a little bit more structure and they'll come together a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna do one more gnudi. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator just while I'm making the butter sauce, and that way they'll firm up just a little bit. So I've got my water boiling. I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator. We'll make the sauce. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Cook Like an Italian. Today we're making gnudi in a Parmesan butter sauce. Gnudi being naked ravioli, a little bit like gnocchi, but gnocchi are potato based, gnudi are ricotta based, and we've added some spinach to them today. Now we're gonna make a beautiful Parmesan butter sauce. So it starts with a nice hot skillet. Remember, always start with a hot skillet and hot oil. So right now I'm gonna add some butter. Get that nice and melted. Basically, we're making a roux. Then I'm going to add some flour. And I really don't want it to get too brown. So we'll just mix that around really quick. I might want to lower my flame just a little bit. There we go. Okay, we'll get that all incorporated so it makes a paste. And that is your basic roux, and that gives your food a lot of flavor, and it's also a nice thickening agent. Now, I'm gonna take that warm milk, and I'm just gonna slowly incorporate that. I'm gonna switch to a whisk here. I really love this whisk. This is called a ball whisk. It took me a long time to come to the party on this, but I love it. It's just great. And it's little ball whisk. It's really perfect for a sauce like this. So now I want to cook it and get all those lumps out. And as I'm doing that, the sauce is going to thicken up. That's why you want to do a roux. Now that that's all, this sauce comes together in no time at all. Now that it's nice and thick, I'm going to add my Parmigiano, fresh grated Parmesan cheese. That looks good. Now I'm going to turn this off completely, and I'm going to add some chiffonade of basil. All right, and that is it. Oh, you know what? I want to add a little bit of nutmeg, and as I mentioned before, if you can buy, actually it's right here, if you can buy the whole nutmeg, it's beautiful. It's really, truly beautiful, and it takes your meal to the next level. It just is fresh. It's much more compound in flavor, and I think you're gonna enjoy it. And it'll last for a long, long time. All right, that sauce is absolutely beautiful. My gnudi out of the freezer, we're gonna pop it in the boiling water, and then we will incorporate it with this sauce. We're cooking like an Italian, and I'll be right back. The gnudi look great. They're just a little bit, not frozen, but they're hardened up a little bit. So I'm hoping that they will stay together in the boiling water. And just remember, in cooking, not everything turns out exactly the way you want it to. Sometimes mistakes turn into the absolute best recipes. Sometimes they go in the garbage, and it's okay because you can always make good food over again. You don't want to waste, but I just want to let you know that things don't always, as you know, work so well in the kitchen. We're going to give it a try. I've got my water boiling. I've added a little salt, and we're going to drop the gnudi right in here. And they're not going to take long. And I'll tell you when you know they're ready is they're going to pop up. So we have a nice low boil, which is exactly what I want, because I don't want these guys to be rolling around and falling apart in there. And I would say if you're gonna make gnudi or gnocchi, or even fresh ravioli, do this method. Put them in the freezer for maybe an hour or in the refrigerator for a couple of hours, and you're gonna find that they will hold up in the boiling water. So we're just gonna give these just a second. I'm gonna heat my sauce up a little bit more. I just have to say something about this sauce. So I'm looking at my sauce. Let me bring this over here. I'm looking at my sauce, and I'm thinking about a neighbor we had when I was growing up in Lake Tahoe. And this neighbor was from, I don't know, Alabama or something. And my mama, we always cooked with basil, rosemary, oregano, thyme. And he'd always look in the pot and he'd go, what are those green things doing in there? What's that green thing in there? He did that for years and years. And I've got those green things in my sauce because I just wanted to flavor my butter Parmesan sauce with a little bit of that basil. And I just think it looks pretty cool. Otherwise, it's just white. And then you can always top it off with more basil. But that's what those little green things are doing in my sauce. And they are delicious. Okay, let's see how the Gnudi are doing. Taking their sweet time. But they are looking good. Do you see how they're holding up so well? That's lovely. You know what? These are going to be ready in about 2 minutes. I'm going to heat my sauce back up. We are going to pair this meal with a beautiful, beautiful wine from Chianti, Italy, and we're going to enjoy lunch together, right? We'll be right back. Okay, are you ready for lunch? I made it especially for you. Okay, so look at the Gnudi. They held up really, really well. I'm just going to go right from the pot to the plate. Little slotted spoon. And these are actually perfectly formed for the original Gnudi. They're just like little discs of heaven. Little discs of Italian heaven. Oh my goodness. And I would say maybe 5 or 6 to a serving, unless you're really Italian, and then it's going to double that or even triple it. You know how that goes. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that wonderful sauce. Pour that right over top. You see how those little green things will look nice? Oh my goodness. Love that. Can't wait to dive in. And we are going to pair this today with a lovely, lovely white wine from Chianti. This is Poggio Torselli Vineyard. Beautiful. Awesome. Just like that. And then we're going to top it with a little bit more of those green things, a little bit basil chiffonade. Now, I wouldn't add any more cheese on that because there's so much cheese inside, but you certainly could. And there are your homemade Italian Gnudi. And then let me get this lovely wine. This is the Bizzaria Toscana Bianco, and this is from, as I mentioned, Poggio Torselli. This is a brand new vineyard out of Chianti, Italy. And let me tell you something. Everybody that has tried this wine absolutely loves it. So give the Gnudi a try. Remember to keep those frozen. You can make these ahead. You can freeze them and pull them out of the freezer anytime you want to make it. You do a little 5-minute quick sauce and you're ready to go. I want to thank you so much for letting me share my Italian heart with you. I hope you make these, and all of the recipes that you see on Cook Like an Italian are on my website at jandiatri.com. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you next time when we cook like an Italian. Cook Like an Italian, proudly sponsored by Queen Creek Olive Mill, Arizona's only olive farm producing award-winning olive oils year after year. Sonoran Sanctuary Candle Studio, where every all-natural hand-poured candle is a tribute to the beauty and warmth of the Sonoran desert lifestyle. Poggio Torselli Winery, an up-and-coming vineyard in the heart of Chianti, Italy, producing boutique Chianti Classico and superb whites and rosés. Carlaccio's marinara and everything sauce for everything you love. The Arizona Farm Bureau and Arizona milk producers, and Central Arizona Reserve for high-end kitchen and whole home appliances